This is Arizona's Super Bowl politically. And so what we want to do is make sure we take advantage of that moment and deliver Arizona for both the president, U.S. Senate, Congress, and all the legislative races up and down the ballot. We are literally going to a million doors inside of Arizona's households and making sure that they go out and vote. To put that in perspective, President Biden won the presidency by just 10,000 votes inside of Arizona, or 0.3%. And so to go from 10,000 votes to a million doors is making sure that we ensure that the presidency is delivered for wins inside of Arizona.
A million door knocks is very ambitious, and it is what is required to deliver in 2024. We have to have big, ambitious goals to get where we want to get this year. Part of that means building the capacity of the organization. We are growing from 27 full-time staff to 42 staff. That, in addition to that, we'll have 200 canvassers on the ground to deliver that, which is an enormous budget for us. And we recognize that.
We're not only talking to the right voters, we're talking to the right voters at the right time. We're talking to the right voters in the right geographies so that we can affect those very slim margins where in which we can really affect the election. We have a history of really close elections that really decide the way that policy is going to be made inside of Arizona. Whether that's the Attorney General's race this past year, where she won by 280 votes, or that's in Legislative District 2 or 4, which are over here in the Northeast Valley, which were also decided by 250 votes. I will also add that the importance of Arizona to the 270 electoral college votes that President Biden needs. Arizona has become like a blue firewall state in ensuring that the president can deliver the solutions he wants at a national level. And so what we're doing is, at the same time as we are electing Ruben Gallego, is also making sure that the president gets across the finish line, because those margins are so thin. But understand, the dramatic effect that it would have if we had Kari Lake as a senator instead. That would for America, not just for Arizona, but for the nation. Because then you would have another Trump acolyte there in the U.S. Senate in a seat that was blue.
What happens in Arizona follows into California, follows into Nevada, Colorado, and neighboring states, and eventually across the country. Arizona was critical for the Biden election in 2020. It'll be critical again in 2024. But it's going to play out here locally through involvement, deep involvement of the most marginalized, the most removed communities.